Rude. Well, there you go, Mark. What'd you think of the Metal Gear Solid 4?
That was it. That was the end.
The Metal Gearing?
Metal Gear Solid 4, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2.
I mean, I only saw parts of it. You might start over.
Of which one? All of them? Because I think you can just watch the tapes. Except for the Raging Raven fight.
Except for Raging Raven.
Little John, Jennifer Hale.
Really? I guess.
Is it Metal Gear Solid 3 that's typically referred to as basically just movies, 4 hours of movies?
No, that's this one.
Is this one?
It's,
Yeah, this one this
one
by far has the most
gameplay to movie ratio.
or worst
Yeah.
gameplay to movie ratio. The most terrible of gameplay to movie ratios.
That's right, 3 is Snake Eater, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You're still in a dream.
Shit.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Wake up, Mark. Wake up. You awake yet?
And the
Maybe.
first time you see that, like...
It's okay, there's still an hour and a half of cutscenes left. There's enough that I decided to make another video, because otherwise it would be a 2.5 hour long video, counting all these cutscenes at the end. I was a little paranoid during all of this that suddenly there would be a gameplay segment. Because, like, I was pretty much passed out during most of this. I was like, just pay attention. Make sure you press X if it tells you to press X.
I think at this point I knew, I figured that there wasn't going to be gameplay, but I was positive at this point Snake had killed himself, and this was some weird hell dream.
Oh, not the Patriot again. Why do I always have to kill Big Boss? Everywhere I go, I wind up killing Big Boss. This seems like a mean thing to do. Why point it at him and then drop it and then do CQC? Like, couldn't you just have a nice, normal conversation like adults?
This is the first time Big Boss has had a working body in like a decade.
See, there you go. You could have just done the hug right away if you hadn't pointed a gun at him.
It's just like stretching his legs. He's just learning to walk. Part of that involves CQC and guns.
Just accidentally... Oh, sorry. Did I disassemble your whole gun? That was an accident. I'm really not used to this yet. Now we get to the fist fight. Well, that's a surprise.
Venom Snake. See, he said clone, not a genetic clone.
Clone implies
Just a clone.
genetic clone. That's part of the implication. He was a perfect clone.
Because he was made.
presumably those nanomachines relied on some sort of genetic analysis of Big Boss's clone to identify him as a clone. Man, this poor voice actor, just getting brought in to say this bullshit. I need you to read this in a really solemn voice. Really sound like it, makes any sense whatsoever, if you could.
I mean, I'm sure this is like just a day-to-day for a professional voice actor.
Nah, that's probably true. There's a lot of crazy shit that comes out of Japan.
I mean, there's a bunch of nonsensical shit made here in the States, too.
Oh, they salvaged even more parts from Liquid. It's good to have a bunch of clones lying around for body parts, in case you get horribly burned to death.
Yeah, it's a shame they couldn't use Solidus's body since he wasn't a genetic clone.
They said they used Solidus's body.
No, they used Solidus's body to trick them.
They said they used parts from Liquid and Solidus. That was a line that was just on the screen.
Fair enough. I can explain that away with the same way that they sewed on Liquid's arm to Ocelot.
If that was Liquid's arm, it was looking a little peaky by the end there. It might have just been some arm they found.
I don't know. You're also listening to all these things from a dude who's asleep for 100 years.
Like 30 years. He doesn't look as much like Sean Connery as in Metal Gear 2. So that's a glaring, problem with canon. I can skip this one though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how Big Boss, in his brand new, restructured body, after being woken up from cryosleep, kidnapped Zero from his nursing home, and brought him out to the graveyard where Boss and Solid Snake are, to watch him die.
I mean,
it's the actions of a sane, healthy man.
I don't know what you're trying to imply here.
I hope the people at that nursing home are alright.
They're not.
He had a gun with him, so...
They're definitely not alright. No one at that nursing home is alright now.
I guess he did have an infinite ammo Patriot with him. He probably just waltzed in
and I'm certainly you remember how I played Metal Gear Solid 3, and I assume that's canon, so...
That is definitely canon.
I assume literally everyone between where he woke up, the nursing home, and where they are now is dead.
Just a trail of blood the whole way.
Thankfully, there's not going to be another Sorrow boss fight. You got to see Paramedic. Yeah, how did that son of a bitch manage to outlive everybody?
Wolbachia. Or no, wasn't it something else besides parasites?
I legitimately just thought he was really old.
No, they say in 5 in the tapes.
Oh yeah,
the Skullface
tried to kill him with something.
Gave Zero some weird bacteria or something. They ate his brain up.
It gave him something to try to kill him, but I don't remember I mean, it didn't kill him.
Right, but
Like, messed him up real bad. But.
right, he then had mental problems, and he wanted to, you know, set things right before he got too crazy. And so now I think he's just a vegetable.
Yeah. Good old David O.
I was trying to say that Zero's very old. I wish there was a free roam where I could just wander around the cemetery.
It's probably going to be a lot less interesting because it was probably set up for just the used camera angles and everything else is going to look silly.
Probably. What's it with people in this series and wearing their collar flipped up?
It's cool, man.
It's just...
That's cool in real life.
It's just never cool.
Pop your collar.
Dude, you're like
See how much cooler you are?
It's horrible.
No, really, yeah.
It's like...
at least 19% cooler.
That is the opposite
I
of
feel like
cooler.
giving you a gun. I know. I think you should get a gun. We should go do. We should get into some mission shit. You need to get a gun.
No, I'm not getting married yet. I can't go on my first mission.
I'm not even gonna get married next to an airplane.
We'll see. I am real interested in reading the headlines tonight. Elderly man wanders into retirement center, mows down entire population, steals a single man, and suffocates him in a graveyard. Police have 9 suspects in custody because they all look like Sean Connery.
I mean, the only one who really looked like him was the one who was constructed in the 80s to look exactly like him. But he's been dead for a few years, so...
And set on fire more recently.
Yeah. Police want burnt alive or burnt dead corpse in Europe as a suspect.
Oh, I thought it was the fire. You know, when she caught on fire?
Yeah, but she didn't get burnt. Just that little bit of Snake's face did. Eva died of broken heart.
To be fair, you really should be dead though, Big Boss. You've died like 3 times.
Oh yeah, I also forgot the side story of how his fox die was mutating and was going to escape and kill everybody or something.
Right, which is why he had to wipe his meme from the face of the planet so badly.
Yeah.
But it's okay, that got fixed somehow. That's fine. Help your dad brother out.
Like grandfather, dad, brother.
Grandfather, dad,
That's not
brother,
canon,
self.
Corey. I keep telling you.
Okay, that one might not be real. We don't have proof otherwise. Maybe the fox died, but I'm really onto something with this venom snake solidus thing, though.
So it's totally cool. And then you won't have to be dead. Oh, just hurry up and get him to the boss so we can reminisce. I don't care about the exposition part of this. Oh, they only made it to Marvin. Good old Marvin's gravestone. Well, I mean, you can't do that more than once or twice. You can run away from it a few times. I don't think Snake absorbed that message. Thanks. Oh no, I did it. It was the same mistakes.
Oh, man.
I did that as part of my VR training. Why does he keep trying to stand?
You know why he needs to stand.
But he's dying.
You can't salute lying down.
You could try. There's no law against it.
Ember of this food-blessed war dies out, and at last
Snake's just making sort of a grumpy cat face the whole time.
A new one. A new future.
Well, I mean, if you were about to kill yourself in a graveyard, and your dad, who you killed twice, like 20 years ago, shows up with some old dude you never even met, and then murders him, starts rambling on,
As a snake.
Yeah,
you probably wouldn't take it so easy.
But
that is probably about the same face I'd have. Oh, we're both so old.
know this. Zero and I. Liquid and solidus. We all fought a long, bloody war for our liberty. We fought to free ourselves from nations and systems and norms and ages.
It's a lot of things to free yourself of, though.
The only liberty we found was on the inside, trapped in those limits. Boss and I may have chosen different paths, but in the end, we were both trapped inside the same cage. Liberty.
Life and the pursuit of happiness.
But you have been given freedom. Freedom to be outside.
For the next about 3 months or so.
The length of Big Boss's death reminds me of like an SNL skit, or like some sort of sketch
just-
comedy moment.
Because it just keeps going.
You are no longer in prison.
This whole thing would have a very different tone if they just added a laugh track every once in a while.
I was thinking about this whole game would have a slightly different tone. Because the game kind of feels like a video game version of Big Trouble Little China. Like, because you're the main character, but everyone in the entire thing is just so much cooler than you are.
Yeah.
So are your own.
You're basically playing the joke sidekick at this point, but
The Kurt Russell, if you will.
yeah. It's just fitting.
Hey, I was badass enough to punch Liquid Ocelot for a while, and then give up.
Find a new lease on life.
Thanks for helping me try to light my cigar. Can you help me try to snort a little cocaine?
You only need one snake. Oh, the world would be better off without snakes.
Yeah. Yeah, snakes are pretty much the worst. We start the cigar world. Such a good brother-son clone thing.
Why are you making it weird, man?
No. This is good.
This is good, isn't it?
get to listen to Kojima's favorite song in the whole wide world.
I'm sick of Kojima's shit.
Next to Gloria, Gloria, Gloria.
I like to think that he handpicked that soundtrack. He probably did.
I
hope.
I think he did. I think there's every reason to believe he did.
You don't want to sign off with a message to yourself in the future for when you invariably come back to it.
Yeah, here's a message to your future. You suck at that fight at the end. Jesus.
Thank you, Corey.
Yeah, it was definitely Matt that did that future recording. That one shot at the end, all Matt.
It's true. We all fully acknowledge that.
Well, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Hell of a thing. Metal Gear is a hell of a drug.
So dude just came back to life to die.
Yeah. But
And
having that
exposition.
last moment with Big Boss there was like a life-changing, oh my god, revelation. 'Cause like they had told me the game was over and that Snake shot himself in the head. I was done. I was not ready emotionally to see Big Boss, the best character ever created. Which we only knew thanks to Metal Gear Solid 3, which is why the timing of the games was perfect. It's like, here's this really awesome character in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. And then, here's the sneak preview of someone who's so much better than that character. And then also, here's Metal Gear Solid 4, where that character that you like is a piece of shit now. An old man. He's got a bad back.
I mean, this was supposed to be kind of the end of the thing.
This
And
is
if
definitely
they-
the last Metal Gear
if-
Solid game.
If they hadn't brought back, they needed to bring back Big Boss, because they've done it already, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But they just needed it for that, you know,
Just to close it out.
yeah.
Final man on the top.
Yep.